What's up, my folks? I hope everyone is doing well. Man, I've had a bunch of emails and texts and stuff about them dogs I said I was offering. You know, most of all the dogs actually that I'm offering, I really want to go back to like guys that have my dogs, people I know, that kind of thing. They're not really open market, you know what I mean? I mean, unless I've talked to you and you got you know, something that'll complement each other. Um, but and I'm only getting rid of. I'm not getting rid of none of my older dogs. I had a lot of questions about them older dogs. Now them dogs will. I take care of mine until they die. I'm only willing to let go of dogs that will adapt real quick to you. Younger stuff that can acclimate to new surroundings real fast and be okay. My older dogs are they're just too used to me and my family, and they're used to being taken care of with a certain way, and you know, I'm just going to continue that with them. It's only fair to them. I don't need to give them stress of trying to rehome a 6, 7, 8 year old dog, And all my old stock, I got a lot of dogs. See, a lot of people don't do that. They don't, they'll get rid of their old dogs. I don't do that. I keep them until they pass on. You know what I mean? They got a home with me. So those will be staying. And like I said, I'm going to keep my bloodline alive for you guys, my folks, and the people that, I have been breeding dogs for. I have a couple teams that I'm going to continue to supply dogs with, but I'm not going to be giving them away to all these guys like I used to, because it's just not I just sat back and realized, what happened is it got kind of asinine. I want everybody to have a Rusty. I want everybody to have a Khaleesi. I wanted everybody to have, these once in a lifetime dogs. I've had so many once in a lifetime dogs. And once I learned how to breed these dogs and fix them, because let's be honest, that's what it's about. Most of these bloodlines, there's qualities of them that suck, you know. And I wanted to breed these dogs and make them perfect, where everyone can have those once in a lifetime dogs. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Some bloodlines inherently have certain traits, whether they're shy, whether they're too catch happy, or they're just no self-preservation. I've seen some strange eaters nasty. I mean, they'll crap in the box and lay in it and pee in the box and, just stuff like that. Loud. Things that should have already been corrected in these families. Once I learned how to correct things, it's addicting, man. It's addicting learning how to breed wonderful animals and pulling things together and making it a great dog. Once you learn how to do that, because so many people only breed for one thing, whether that's just pulling a weight or just a pedigree or whatever, instead of correcting the stuff that's wrong with it, like just like my red stuff, for instance. Them dogs should have been corrected long ago. They are too loud. They have too much separation and too much of that stuff. And people just constantly breed them back together and together and together and just carries on and carries on. I wanted to fix all that. And the bloods that I chose, I felt like were the best quality dogs in the world, and I felt like there was the ones that I could work with, and I went through a lot of dogs I just couldn't work with. I felt like I could not help that blood. There's been a lot of them that I just, nope. So now I've pretty much narrowed it down to what I am going to dedicate my time on the bulldogs, on my stuff, just completely making my stuff perfect. I'm not going to worry about fixing anything else, And as far as me getting in the Patterdales, that's something I've been thinking about for years now. Well, since my mom was alive, we've talked about it, and then Kay and I really got to really researching them and talking to several breeders and such. And then when she passed away, I just kind of consumed myself into my dogs, saying, well, I'm just going to make my dogs perfect, and worry about them right now and make the ultimate bulldog, the kind of bulldog that is every quality you could want. Plus, he's smart. Plus, he's a good pet. Plus, he's obedient. Plus, you know what I'm saying? Not just a hunting dog. you know, because the problem is a lot of people don't think about this, but when you're hunting your dogs regular, even if you're hunting them all the time, you might get 10 hours a month if you're lucky, between work, kids, family, all that stuff. 10 hours a month in the woods with your dog. The rest of that time, the rest of all them seconds of the month, he's just your dog. He's got to be your dog. You know what I mean? So my goal was to create the ultimate dog and the ultimate hunting dog, you know. And I felt like and there were some dogs, you know, that I tried to do that with. Just the intelligence level is not there in a lot of families. They got to be able to tell the difference between a kid and a coon. You know what I mean? They can't get so green-eyed and green on you and start biting you, you know, shit like that. I mean, things that should have been corrected, I tried my best to correct. Because, like I said, I wanted all of you guys to have that Rusty, you know, that Khaleesi. And I've been producing them. I mean, I have many of you guys, your families, that I will continue to do business with. Y'all done a good job. And y'all know, y'all walked my yard, y'all seen the dogs. It's something that's it's a consistent thing in my program. You know, these dogs are just, I've made them where they're good companions also. You know, they're not just bulldogs. And that was my goal, to create those once in a lifetime dogs for you, you know. And so I'll continue with my family of dogs, but I'm not trying to fix them all anymore. It just got to the point where I ended up breeding a bunch of dogs up and then placing my dogs with hog hunters because recommendation or whatever, where I'm only going to mess with a couple teams now. You know, I'm not going to breed dogs and raise dogs, feed dogs for 2 years and give them away. Basically, you get some back, some you don't. You know what I mean? There's always a falling out every once in a while. The community eats each other. You know what I mean? I've watched this community just kind of chew each other up. It got to the point where I didn't even want to watch nothing on YouTube with it, because all it was is people fighting back and forth. That's not healthy for the community. I really don't like it. I don't like all that bickering and backbiting and backstabbing. That's what it's turned to. I mean, it's just, it gets tiresome. You know what I mean? So I just, fuck that. You know, I'll mess with my folks, my personal friends, my customers here, you guys that's been following me a long time, that we have a relationship with. Of course, I'll be glad to do business with you guys. But as far as like opening up just to any jackass, there's too many dummies in these dogs. That's the thing. It's a constant fight with it. You know what I mean? It's a constant battle. So I'll just keep my little, you know, rusty buster type stuff, and I'll cross in this Eli stuff once in a while. Of course, I got to keep Cherry. She's bred now. I mean, I have breedings now. You know, I got two bitches now that's going to have pups. But I think pretty much, which I'm not giving half the litter away like I usually do. That's another thing. I only charge enough just to keep my dogs going. I give them more dogs away than probably anybody in modern history with these fucking dogs. I'm not even lying. Mostly about half the dogs I place with hunters, you know. Now, we've had good relationships and there ain't no hard feelings with anybody, but I've done it too long. I can't afford to keep doing that, you know. And then you got guys that they don't want to. The deal's always been, you know, you can hunt with a dog once if he knocks his teeth out, or he you know, gets too old to hunt. I want him back to use for my brood program. But, you know, it's to the point now, I've given so many away. I got so many dogs I could get back in the brood program. I just let them keep them. You know what I mean? So it's just, I'm not giving dogs away no more like that. So that's one reason. The other reason is I don't really need but so many to hunt. It's only going to be me and my son using them now. I got my team down in Florida that I always work with, and I got a couple guys up here I always work with, and you guys. But I mean, I'm not trying to, you know, breed a bunch of stuff up for new customers. I'm not. And where the Patterdales, I think I'll be able to use them a lot more. You know what I mean? I think it'll be fun. I like working dogs. I'm a dog man. That's what I do. Let's go back around the other trail. Come on. That's what I like to do. Even walking them. Every night I get out here and I walk a dog just to keep my back loose, you know. But with the bulldogs, it's gotten so hard. It's not like it used to be. You got to have a bigger piece of land. Means you got to get in a lease. There's what we're doing this year. That's expensive. Otherwise, you're hunting on the river around here, which means you got to get in a fucking boat. I can't ride in a boat no more. It kills my back. I can ride in it, but when 2 or 3 days later, I can't hardly move, you know? So it's to the point now, if I want to continue working my dogs by myself without relying on a bunch of people to do it for me, I need to think of something else. So the patterdales is what keeps coming to mind, you know? Those dogs, I'll be able to work them all over. At damn near every farm. I don't want to run an ad in the paper, you know, nuisance animal remover. Because we have so target-rich environment. We got armadillos we could be pulled. You got coons, that's a nuisance. Especially when somebody's got feed piled in. Of course, rats, which that would only be in like chicken houses and shit. But, you know, we got all kinds of other shit that we can work with, you know. I can do above ground work with them. So therefore, I don't need a real 13-pounder. I can even get them 15, 16, 17 pounders and be happy. So it's kind of a better, I've already thought about every angle of it, you know. It's something, like I said, I've been thinking about for years. Like years ago, y'all remember how the community just was always fighting and bickering, hating on each other, always getting shit going. Man, that's when I started really thinking about it. Something like that can't survive. You know what I mean? The backstabbing and all that, it's just, you can't survive in a environment like that. And the dogs that can't survive in it. So that's why you got these guys, the breeders, the main breeders that you just they don't want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to talk to nobody in the community because it's so much bullshit, you know? That's the main reason why a lot of them guys are like that. I understand it. And I had to accept the fact that I'm actually kind of a celebrity in these dogs. I never thought of myself like that. I didn't want to do anything like that. I wanted to start this channel to help you guys with your animal husbandry. That's it. I could really give a shit about any other aspect of it. I'm so far beyond, I don't even talk about the old days really in the pit game. It doesn't matter to me. I'm literally, like I said, that's the easiest thing in the world to breed these dogs for. Any jackass can do that. You want to impress me? Breed one that can go out and catch a hog, get cut up. You can put in the front seat of your car, and your 4-year-old kid can poke him in the eye and he's still cool with him. Those are the kind of dogs I want. Or that your wife can call back from, if the dog gets loose, you can go, come here, boy, and he'll come right back. You know, smart dogs, real good animals. You know, that's impressive. That's impressive to me. You know, that's a four-plan breeding that someone has put a lot of thought into to make a complete dog. Just breeding them for one thing is easy, you know. And once you get to that, once you figure out the combination and figure out how to do it with different dogs, it's addicting as hell. I'm not going to lie. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep what I got. I'll never have to go outside of my yard again. I believe my dogs are strong enough genetically to hold together and stay stable. Come on, this road. To stay stable where I don't need to ever really go out again and keep my one family going. Just that one blend, you know. And those dogs have been about the perfect dog you could ever want, you know. So that's what I'm going to stick with. I'm not going to say, well, let me try this and see how this works. Because, I mean, it gets to the point where it's asinine. You know what I mean? I'm just going to do like everyone else, keep my one little family. And that's what I'm going to breed. And I think it's the best family. I know my dogs run a little big. There's a 50-pound bitch here. But they're good-ass bulldogs. And they're intelligent bulldogs. And they're about the perfect dog. You know, once you get to there, you're like, man, what more is there? Well, now it's time to learn a little bit something else about another awesome little dog, you know, something that I can work by myself, that I can work right here out my back door. You know, that's the main thing, is for the love of be able to work dogs. It's not, you don't have all that ugly shit in them. You don't have all that backbiting and backstabbing and talking bad about each other and all that. You don't have that in those dogs. That's not there. You don't have the hatred from people, you know, the public, the media and all that. You don't have that in the Patterdales. It's a smaller group of people that have those than there is on these, you know. And realistically, in the big scheme of things, I know everyone says the shelters are full of pit bulls and all that, but them are street mutts. Come on, let's go. Come on. And, you know, it's the real, true, old school blood, like the old blood that we use. Not a lot of people have that stuff, you know. There is a difference, you know. So in the Patterdales, there's even less people. So I think it'd be better. You'll have a smaller circle of people. You'll have, you know, people be more willing to help you. I just think it'd be a fun thing to do, and something that I can do and not need nobody else to do it with, you know. And like, I can let one go right in here, and I bet you within 10 minutes they'll have something that shouldn't be in here. They'll have it, you know. But I'm doing what I can to get the best ones, just like I did with my bulldogs. I'm contacting people that I know. And the funny thing is, all the old timers that used to raise the bulldogs, that's what they're into now. They're all into Patterdales, and they all still have that same cool mentality. They're just dog men at heart that like to work dogs, you know. And their community is a lot cooler. It's not so nasty and ugly, and you just don't have all the trash, you know. I hate to say it, but there is a lot of scumbuckets get in like these dogs, you know. And you don't know how somebody is. You never know how somebody is on like talking to them online or anything like that. They can whatever, but a lot of bad people, not like axe murderer bad, but I mean just like backstabby, backbitey, nasty, ugly people that like this, they want to make themselves relevant in these dogs, and they're not, you know, and that makes them be ugly, you know. So I'm ready to enjoy the dogs again, because like I said, once you get to where you're just breeding dogs for other people to work and stuff to get their opinion on the blood, which they might be good dog men, and you give them the best dogs they ever had, but in the scheme of things, what does it do for the breeder? Especially if no one will tell anybody nothing. A lot of them guys, none of them are online, so it ain't like you're getting no advertisement from them. You know what I mean? Hell, they might know how to do TikTok or something, watch that. That's about it. They don't even know how to turn the damn computer on, half of them. So it comes to a point, yeah, you know, all the hog hunters know, but it ain't gonna help you feed your dogs. You know what I mean? It's just not. So there's some stuff that I had to go through in my mind, you know. Like I said, I've given enough dogs away. I've done my part. You know, that was another thing on the hog hunts. Them big rodeos, there's like two different types of hunters. You got the hunters that use the big old American bully dogs, or what, not bully, but them big ass dogs, you know, blues even, crap like that. And they just put several big dogs on a hog and tries to do it. And then you have the guys, the purists, that use my type dogs, you know, or my dogs. And they're smaller than those dogs, but they're more efficient, you know. And they have a little thing going, you know. You got guys that think that I wanted to make sure that I could breed dogs that would prove that you could use a game dog for hog hunting. You didn't have to worry about him killing your bay dogs and all that shit, you know. So I've been breeding dogs that can be used like that, smart enough to be used like that, you know. And that's not easy to do now, especially if you try to get like a pure family dog that is so stupid it sees a leaf blowed and tries to break his neck to get it. That dog is not going to be easy to make a sure enough catch dog with. It's not. I mean, you're going to have to put something with some sense. You better come breed Rusty, something that's can about read and write, you know. Come on. But anyway, folks, just a lot of changing. I'm going to change my program a little bit. It'll be a nice journey. Y'all be able to see some of the stuff. Plus, I'll put some, like I said, you don't have all that ugly shit. So I'll put some of them hunts. We start doing some hunts. Maybe go to the golf course, catch some armadillos, things like that. That's all good to put on here. You can't put a bulldog clamped down on a hog. That motherfucker squealing for his life. People don't like that shit, you know. But some people don't even like it when they let them little terriers kill rats. They bitch about that. But letting the patterdale work doesn't get you no limelight. I mean, it ain't gonna get you no trouble. Being around patterdale men ain't gonna get you no trouble. You know, it's just, it'll be a funner experience with the dogs. And that's what I'm about, is having fun with dogs. I enjoy working them, that's what I do. But anyway, folks, I'll always bulldogging. I'll always be breeding these great dogs. I'll always be giving them the hog hunters. Much as I say I'm gonna quit doing it, you know I'm gonna. I love it too much. I love hearing them. I love seeing them pictures of them big boar hogs. You know, caught with my dogs. What's the matter? No, them's the bunnies. This bitch don't like no bunny. And hounds is coming. But anyway, folks, y'all take care. Y'all stay safe. And y'all keep on bulldogging.